Welcome back to War Thunder and welcome to a buying guide for all the premium vehicles from rank 3 to 4 to 5 in the game. And I cannot give you possibly every information that there is about the vehicles. The first that I really want you to do is look at this video, think about the vehicle that you want to buy, and then get your rating from 1.6 from me here on this video. And if you want to have more specialized, in-depth, very great detail information about it, look up, for example, for the tanks, my tank reviews, and for the planes, my first impression or average gameplay. And you can see how I play them, how I make them work, what I think about this, and how they stack up to the competition. Today's video is sponsored by the Free Eagles app for War Thunder. Download the app in the video description below and use the code shown on screen to get 10 golden eagles right now. So let's begin with the American tanks. M26 T99 6, T28 4, so it depends when it comes to the armor. Super Hellcat 2, 1, so 2 or 1, whatever. Again, look at the tank review. M26 E1, I would give it a 3. Then T29 classical 1. M46 Tiger, I would give it a 2. T114, very strange, I would give it a 3 to 2. For Germany, for the tanks at least, let's begin with the Befehls Jagdpanther. I give it a 2 to 3. Panzerbefehlswagen 6P, I would give it something between a 4 and 5. Really don't like it. Tiger 2H SLA 16, I would give it a 3. RE251, I would give it a 2, so it's much better performing. Then oh, sorry about this, I also forgot the MKPZ M47. I would give it something between, I would give it a 2. I would give it a straight out 2. So not the worst tank that you can get. Then for the Soviets we have KV 122. I would give it a 4. T34 85, I would give it a 2. T44 122, I would give it something between a 4 and a 5. T34 100, I would give it something between a 2 and a 3. SU-122P, because of the bad gun depression, I would give it something between a 3 and a 4, rather a 4. IS-2 Revenge, I would give it something between a 2 and a 3. IS-6, 1. Object 120 as a rank 5 premium, I would give it a 2. It's a really trollish vehicle. Yeah. The gun makes all the rating. For the British, sorry about this, Black Prince, for its battle rating, I would give it a 2. I would give it a 2. Stridswagen 81, overall performance, if you can make it work, 1. Fantastic vehicle. And no tier 5 premium. So this might change in the future. For the Japanese, well, we have the Hori prototype. I would give it a 2. Nearly a 1, because I personally really like it, but for overall recommendation, 1. Again, no tier 6 vehicle, no tier 5 premium. Even the heavy tank number 6 is good. I would give this actually a battle rating of somewhere between 1 and 2. I really like it. Then let's come to planes. Again, then I would go for a rank 3 and rank 4 vehicles. XP50 3 to 4, BF109 F4 3 to 4. Really don't like it. BTD1, it's a really strange one. I would give it a 3. Special thing about it, 2 torpedoes. P61A1. 2 to 3. Revolt vehicle P47M, I would give it a 1, without doubt. You have to learn this vehicle, but then it will not let you down. But you can also think about slapping a talisman on the P47N. Focke-Wulf for 98, I would give it something between a 2 and a 3. But, you know, please keep in mind the bad German handling. Both P51Ds, the D10 and D20, I would both give them 3. Yeah, I don't like it, but maybe a 2 if you are playing in a team. Then you can outright give it a 1 actually, but it really relies on teamwork, which is a bit of a rarity still for Americans. Spitfire LF Mark 9C, somewhere between a 1 and a 2. You must not go into head-ons. Everything else in terms of climb rate, acceleration and so on, good. XA38 Grizzly 4. Both P38s, the J15 and the K, I would give them performance-wise a 2, but result incoming 4. It's really odd. Those two are reward vehicles. Germany. V409G2, I would give it a 3. P47D, give it outright a 1. LA5FN, somewhere between a 1 and a 2, but it's expensive. Then the HS129B2, I would give it performance-wise a 5. However, in terms of troll factor, this is clearly a pure 1+. But put a talisman on the tech tree version and use the 30mm. Tau 154A1, I would give it a 2. Price-wise a 1, and it's part of the Gaijin revenue program. Focke-Wulf D13 4. Tempest Mark 5 3. Do 335. I'm not quite sure about that one. Somewhere between a 2 and a 4. Really, it's strange. Firepower-wise, clearly a 1. Like for the Heinkel 219A7. For a fighter, for a heavy fighter, I would give it a 2. Firepower-wise, clearly a 1. And it's also the second plane that is in the Gaijin Partnership Revenue Program. So, yeah. Tau 154A1 and Heinkel 219A4. If you really want to suffer, go for the Focke-Wulf 190D. For the Soviets, where do we begin? Rank 3 is, there are a lot of planes. B50, B25J30, 223 for a bomber, but that is bomber enthusiasms only. Do not really like the L2. The Yak-9M, I would give it 223. P63A5, I'm not quite sure if this is a reward vehicle, but I would give it a 2. Same for the Pokryshkins P39 and 0 if you can get your hands on it. P47D27, would give it a 2. It doesn't perform within the Russian team as good as the German does within the German team. Peshka 2205, I would give it in RB a 3, in AB a 2 to 1 because he can rocket hunt enemy bombers. Yak 3T, I'm not quite sure about this one. 4 actually, 4. Dolgushins LA7 1. Fantastic plane, but it has an equivalent in the tech tree, so you could slap a talisman on that. I think those two are tech reward vehicles, but I would give them somewhere between a 1 and a 2. LA11, performance-wise, I would give it a 3 to 4. But it is an excellent trainer for the rest of the Soviet tech tree, because I guess with the exception of the Yak-15P, all of the jets and in-jet bombers have at least a pair of 23mm guns in the front. So you really need to know how they work. But then again, you could go for the LA9, which has a higher battle rating, bit better performance and 1 gun more. Yak 3VK107, not an easy to use plane. It is somewhere between a Yak 3P and a P51. When I played it, I had the impression of something between a 2 and a 3. Spitfire Mark 9C within the Soviet tech tree. It's an absolute monster. I would give it a 1 in terms of performance, 2 in terms of how useful it is. Then we come to the BE6, again something for bomber enthusiasts. No belly gunner. I would give it, in terms of bombers, a 2 to 3. Focke-Wulf on 90 D9, 5. Expensive and not very enjoyable, at least for me. Performance wise, a 3 to 4, but overall usefulness 5. British Typhoon, I would give it a 2 to 3. Hellcat, I would give it a 2. Mustang Mark 1A, I would give it a 2. Spitfire FMK 14C and Plagueis Spitfire LF Mark 9C, I would both give them a 1 to 2. Spitfire FR Mark 14E, bit of an odd one, I would give it a 2. Wyvern, special plane again, really good ground pounding potential, I would give it a 2 to 3. Then the Japanese 1 plus, 3 to 4, and this is a 2. J2M4, I would give it a 2. This one is again a 1, but it's very biased towards my opinion. It's the oldest premium that I own, I guess, or one of the oldest. Then J2M5, 3 to 4 actually. B17, not even good for bomber enthusiasts. Kia 94 is a reward vehicle. Kia 87 is very interesting, but I still can give it just a 2 to 3. But put into the right situation, you can make it to a 1. Then for the Italians, we have the G55S, which I would give a 1 to 2. So it's a really great plane, really enjoyable, fantastic plane. So, but then I have to put this into perspective. That was a very rough overview. It was done very fast. A lot of my personal opinion went into this rating, but again, look up other videos that are already made. Look up the tank reviews in particular, very in-depth detailed information about the vehicles, how they play, comparison to its major opponents on the battlefield. Also for the planes, I made 1 or 2 plane reviews if I'm not mistaken, but most of the planes I presented already in gameplay, average gameplay. Well, if you still have questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section. But then again, this is my personal, very rough opinion on vehicles. But I pointed out vehicles that are very good, in my opinion. And also I hope I could prevent you from purchasing some vehicles that are expensive and rather useless. Share this video with your friends, and again, look up videos that are already made about the vehicles. You will find all the necessary information right there, and feel free to ask questions in the comment section. I try to answer them all as good as I can, and if I get more information about the vehicles, how the reduction is done and so on, I will make maybe a second video. But this is it for today, so thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Please give this video a like if you did, subscribe if you want to see more, and yeah, we will see each other in the skies and on the battlefields of War Thunder.